Hey gang, Wednesday indeed is Seniors Day, and today's a pretty straightforward one, but it's one I get asked on a fairly regular basis, and that is, what's a browser? I mean, the confusion, and I know last week we talked about browser search engine, but let's get even more basic right here. What is a browser? A browser is nothing more than a piece of software that allows you to access the internet. Think about it this way. Imagine if you had this amazing home or apartment or wherever you live, and it was perfect, and you can do whatever you want in there pretty much. You could, cook great meals and entertain guests and do what you do in your home, but it doesn't have a front door. It doesn't have any way to get in there. No, that's the browser. The browser is your doorway to being able to access all the cool stuff you either can do inside or outside. It's that connection device, and you have a choice of browsers. Let's do this. Let's actually take a look at a few of them. They're not going to look much different when you really think about it, and yeah, the screen's going to be messy for a second, but we're going to take a look at three browsers that are all going to look pretty much the same, and very quickly go over some pros and cons there. Number one, Chrome. Chrome is Google's browser. It is, without question, the top browser that's out there in terms of functionality. It's tied to Google. It has all sorts of customization capabilities. It's the one that I believe is used by many, many more than the majority of people that are out there. But it's not your only other choice. Now, I'm on a PC right now, so if I was on a Mac, my default browser most likely would be Safari. Why use Safari over Chrome? Well, because Apple wants you to. And Google obviously wants you to use Chrome over the Safari browser. What do they do differently? Well, for the most part, not a heck of a lot. There are different customizations and different places you can make changes, but the reality really is, it doesn't matter which browser you use. Let me go right now into Firefox, and it's going to look the same. And I'll even go into one that I rarely ever use, which is Microsoft Edge. They all do very much the same thing. They give you access. They give you that gateway, that door to get outside. Now, they're not a search engine, although when we go up to this top area in any of the browsers, we can search. I mean, I could search right now for Major League Baseball. What a surprise for me, right? And it'll give me what essentially is a Google search engine, but we didn't put it into a search engine. We put it into the browser URL. So you have a choice of browsers. By the way, if you want the most round, useful browser out there, the ones that have the most applications, Chrome's probably your choice. If you want to get something that's really useful but has more security, you might be better off going with Firefox, another great browser. If you're on a Mac device, whether it is a Mac or it's an iPad or an iPhone, a lot of times the sites would be built for Safari to be best. And in fact, when you have a problem getting to a website, it really is the first approach you should have, just to change to another browser. So my suggestion always is to have at least two browsers on all your devices. The one you use every day, your everyday browser, and then one in case of challenges and emergencies that are out there. And I think it's really, really important to be able to understand that you have a choice in browsers. You have it on your phone, you have it on your tablet, and you have it on your desktop. So whatever one they want you to use, that's not the one you should use. I like to go, with two approaches. One is obviously protection, security, and the other is optimization, productivity. And there is the Chrome Firefox battle right there. I tend to use Chrome more often because we're all creatures of habit. Also, and we'll go back to the visuals one more time, because regardless, messy screen, I know. Regardless of what browser you use, if you look at the far right of the screen, there is going to be either three dots or three underscores that will bring you a world of different settings that you could utilize. And in fact, the customization that is capable here is really significant. So if you really wanted to play more and more into browsers and how to optimize your experience, well, you'd go down that path. But for the basics, for what you need to know, a browser is your gateway. It's the front door that gives you the access to be able to get to the web. It doesn't matter if it's going upload, Teams, Zoom, FaceTime, any of those tools, or streaming, download, watching movies, stuff like that. And you have choice: Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Edge. Not the only ones, but the biggest ones that are out there. I give a couple of props for two safety-first browsers, Brave, and I believe DuckDuckGo, which has been a safety-first search engine, is also starting to come out with a browser as well. But whichever way you go, you need to have a browser, and you have the choice of which one you need to use. And that really is the nutshell of what we wanted to explain today. That browsers aren't something you should be confused about. It's just something you need to have, and make sure that door that you have gives you the access in the way you want to have it. Hope this helped. Happy Seniors Day is Wednesday, as it always is, and I will see you again. Take care, gang. Bye.